Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Faranisa and my matrix number is 2020957075. Today my group will present about Local Authority Ordinance 1996. So basically, local authorities were created in Sarawak, and also the local authorities of Sarawak are part of the state government's constitutional framework, and they are limited in their jurisdiction by the Local Authorities Ordinance 1996. The Local Authorities Ordinance 1996 comes into force in January 1998 with the goal of consolidating local government regulations and repealing the earlier Local Authority Ordinance 1977. The ordinance covers the formation, composition and structure of any LA, as well as the role of councillors as policymakers and officials as implementers in the day-to-day operations of any LA, including financial planning for the LA as a whole, as well as accounting and auditing. There are three local administrations who form of this ordinance, which is first is North Kuching City Hall, South Kuching City Council and the Council Padawan Municipality. And then the Local Authorities Ordinance 1996 was applied to MBP KS and the Padawan Municipality Council. So the next presenter will present about improving the performance of local government in Sarawak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Imakim bin M. Husaini and my student number is 2020950291, and I will explain about Local Authority Ordinance 1996 help to improve financial power in Sarawak. Okay, the local authorities in Sarawak are a part of the state government's constitutional structure, and they are restricted in their authority by the Local Authorities Ordinance 1996. It also includes financial planning for the local government as well as accounting and auditing. As a result, the Local Authorities Financial Regulations 1997 were created to regulate and control the conduct and administration of the finances of local governments as well as any other actions related to them. So, as a result, Sarawak's financial power becomes stronger and more stable. And it also stated that all revenue accruing to the local authority from the federal government or the state government of Sarawak or from any statutory body, other local authority or from any other source such as grants, loans, contributions, endowments or otherwise, and such other revenues as the Majlis Mesyuarat Kerajaan Negeri may declare to be the revenue of the local authority with the approval of Dewan Undangan Negeri signified by resolution. So as a conclusion, this ordinance is proven to strengthen Sarawak's financial power. So that's all from me, and I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nafila Sofia binti Sharnizam. I would like to present about main provision in the Local Authority Ordinance 1996 that related to its function. The first main provision is public. The Local Authorities Ordinance 1996 limit the authority of Sarawak's local authorities, which are part of the state government's constitutional structure. In 1998, a bill was introduced with the intention of unifying local government laws and eliminating the preceding Local Authority Ordinance was enacted in 1977. Moreover, one of the functions of local authorities for the public is to keep public places clean, which is the Chief Administrative Officer should make sure that all trash and filth are found and removed, and the public roads are well swept, sanitized and irrigated. The second main provision is development. The spread of British influence in the region paralleled the emergence of Malaysian local administration. It began in Peninsular Malaysia and eventually expanded to Sabah and Sarawak. The history may be separated into two distinct periods, which is before and after the reorganization of municipal government. Moreover, finance planning and development were to be overseen by this committee. In 1827, the Committee of Assessor was formed Likewise, the Local Authority Ordinance of 1948 established district council to oversee smaller towns and rural areas. In the 1970s, the reform of municipal governments dominated growth. It was inspired by a report published by a Royal Commission of Inquiry convened in 1965 investigate the workings of Peninsular Malaysia municipal governments. Local governments' planning obligations were established in the Town and Country Planning Act of 1976, which included the creation of structure and local plans of their respective district. Third main provision is environment. The context of the environment, every local authority may make, amend, and revoke by law in respect of all matters as necessary or desirable for the main maintenance of the inhabitants' health, safety, quality of life, and well-being, or for the good order and government of the local authority, subject to Section 92 and 93. To start with the repair, cleaning, watering, and lighting of streets, highways, canals, and bridges must be regulated. To provide guidelines for the planting, maintenance, and removal of trees, flowers, and plants in public spaces. Besides that, to protect any local authority works or property located above any public or private place within the local authority area from destruction of interference. Moreover, to control the landing and temporary storage of goods on public streets next to any part of canal link within the local authority territory, and to set the fees to be charged for such temporary storage. A local authority shall assist the Natural Resources and Environment Board in maintaining the environment in its local authority area and shall landscape and beautify. The last main provision is social. The social function of local authorities are important. Every local authority may appoint committees either general or special in nature, consisting of a chairman and such number of councillors and other persons are the local authority, regardless of whether it is discovered that there was a defect in the appointment of any such person or that they was disqualified. All acts of the local authority or any person acting as chairman, deputy chairman, councillor, secretary, or any other officer of the local authority should be valid. However, nothing done under this ordinance should be void only because a local authority's number of councillors is insufficient. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Izzah binti Muhammad Zairus. My matric number is 2020990755. I will explain about relating to the authorities' financial powers 1996. The first one is a local authority's revenues shall consist of all taxes, revised rents, license fees, dues and other sums or charges payable to the local authorities under this ordinance or any written law, which mean all charges or profits derived from services rendered or undertakings carried on by the local authorities under the power vested in it. In addition, interest on any funds invested by the local authority, as well as income derived from the local authority. Aside from that, such another revenues as the Majlis Mesyuarat Kerajaan Negeri may declare to be the revenue of the local authority. Last but not least, there's a sinking fund. The local authority shall establish a sinking fund of funds in respect of any loan it raises or grants. That's all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, the Local Authority Ordinance of 1996 outlined the powers granted to Sarawak's local government in great detail. The power that has been given to them must be used effectively for the community's well-being in Sarawak. For example, as stated in the ordinance, the local government in Sarawak has the authority to accept gifts in the form of financial assistance or property, to have generous supervision and maintenance of public pieces, and to establish contracts, among other things. Because it is legal to implement these provisions helps local government in carrying out their functions. Moreover, it will also encourage people to obey, trust, and cooperate with the local governments in order to make it easier for the authority to carry out its functions for the benefit of the Sarawak community. Finally, the powers given to Sarawak's local government should be utilized properly and efficiently to improve the state's economy and development so that Sarawak becomes a developed state like the rest of Malaysia. That's all from our group. Thank you.